We have a very special Mother's Day guest.
The mom behind everything in our lives.
I just think like teenage girls, it's a hard world right now. Them knowing that you are like their rock, just knowing that you're always there for them.
I don't know if there's a mom who knows more about sports than Lisa O'Neill.
By the way, did we talk about that I'm never seen without a Diet Coke?
I would say I was raised by a strong mother. I married a strong woman, and I'm raising 4 more.
What is the hardest part of being a mom?
Welcome to Girl Dad Podcast. I am Scott O'Neill.
And I am Lexi.
And we have a very special Mother's Day guest.
The mom behind these two. The mom behind the podcast.
The mom behind everything in our lives.
The amazing Lisa O'Neill. We're thrilled to get started. Lexi, why don't you get us tipped off?
So today is the perfect day to have our sweet angel mother on the podcast because it is Mother's Day. And I honestly don't even know where to begin with my mom because she is the most amazing person in the world. She makes me want to be a mom. She is seriously the one that keeps everything going, you know. On the happy days, she makes them happier. On the hard days, she makes them good, you know. So I feel so grateful every single day to have her as my mom and to have both of them as parents. I really feel like I do not deserve y'all, but like here we are. So lucky me. I got the best qualities of both of them.
Okay, the Heat shirt. In light of the Knicks' rise to victory with our Villanova Wildcats making it happen. Also the Pope from Villanova, my fraternity brother at Villanova. Yeah,
so these are up everywhere right now.
Big week. Eliza going to Villanova.
Our youngest sister is going to Villanova.
So very big week for Villanova.
Absolutely. And you know what? I knew I was going to get some flack for the Heat shirt. And I love basketball as a whole.
I know. And I know you're repping your NBA roots there.
I am.
The amazing Lisa O'Neill and I have some NBA roots as well.
We do. We're going to talk about it.
Okay, well, let's get right into Mother's Day.
Let's talk about Mother's Day. We have had some iconic Mother's Days in our family. So last year, was probably the best. Mom, do you want to share what your Mother's Day wish was for last year?
Yes. So I have friends who love Mother's Day and friends who hate Mother's Day. And I've got to say, I'm kind of indifferent. Is that rude? A little indifferent, but I've got 3 that are amazing. Last year was one of the best ever, and that was the Taylor Swift concert in Paris, Mother's Day weekend.
It was amazing, literally amazing.
Then the year before that.
It doesn't even matter if your husband wasn't there, right?
No, we did miss you though.
It's Mother's Day, not Wives' Day.
We did miss you. And then the year before, we were in Philly together at the Taylor concert.
Also, our last 2 Mother's Days have been Eras tours,
so those
which is iconic.
Are memorable.
Iconic.
Yes. And then the most memorable maybe was our weekend in Toronto. The Sixers Toronto game. You've talked about it on the podcast.
The Mother's Day Massacre.
Yeah.
No,
it was a great, until the last 3 seconds. It was a great weekend.
Yeah, we had kept that quiet, that crowd very quiet.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then it was a dagger.
It was. How many times did it bounce on the rim? 6, 7 times?
5 or 6.
I never seen it like
it.
You
just purposely say 6, 7?
6, 7. Huh?
6, that's so good. That was crazy. That was a real heartbreaker. That was one of the worst days of my life.
It was terrible.
Yes, it was really hard.
It started off great.
But now we're still here.
But here we are.
So those are some great Mother's Day. And this year, a bit more low-key than a Taylor Swift concert. But we've got a fun day planned.
Great day.
Yeah, we had church.
Yeah.
We're going to have a nice little family dinner, play some games.
I have a little schedule for us.
You did make a schedule.
I love that. That's perfect. Okay, so
watch Father the Bride tonight? Your favorite
My favorite movie.
We have to.
Oh, yeah. It's on the schedule.
Mm-hmm. One or two.
One, of course.
Love it. Or both, if we're feeling crazy.
Or both. Yeah.
Frank will be in the house.
Yes. Yeah.
Frank.
Absolutely.
Okay, so before we get into it, we are going to go with our dad vice of the week, but this week, it is mom vice of the week. So our question for this week is, raising 4 daughters who were all teenagers at the same time was a house filled with emotion and tears
hormones,
and
pain, suffering, anxiety.
All right, let's reel it in. So
screaming, yelling, fighting, arguing.
A little roller coaster.
Being too dramatic over nothing.
Thank you. All right.
Overreacting.
Okay, that's enough.
Too much energy.
Any more?
That's
You good? You done? Okay. So all of this stuff, these teenage girls going through it, and preteen and post-teen, what do you do as a mom to help ease the weight of the world on your kids?
I think a couple of things. On a more serious note, I think you as the mom have to be the steady, because I think the whole house kind of follows your emotion, and you have to just like be the steady in the family.
Completely.
Yeah. And then I think we just did a good job of like celebrating everything growing up, the obvious traditions and birthdays. But then we kind of like celebrated a trip to, opening day of our water ice little shop, or a trip to Wawa, like whatever it was. We just kind of created a lot of new traditions and made just the simplest things fun.
And you're the best at that. You do such a good job, like the best job of making every little thing fun. Like literally, it's like we will have like dinners where we're all dressing up for no reason, just to walk down to the kitchen and dress up. Like she's always finding ways to just make everything more fun.
I agree. I also think what I witnessed from you was just this notion of like this being a safe place. Like the house was always safe.
Yes.
Yeah. And no matter what, I think you created an environment where the girls always felt loved and always felt safe.
Completely. Yeah. And where we always felt like we joke about it sometimes that we're too close with you guys, because we literally tell them every single detail of everything. Way too much. And it's honestly really cool. Bueno. Like it's really
it's not
cool.
That cool.
Okay. To be able to talk with my parents about stuff that I don't know, that I feel like isn't normal. Like it's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't, for those of you watching at home, you don't have to share everything with your father, though.
That's true. We do overshare a bit,
But oversharing's exciting.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's fun. Okay, so what a lot of people don't know about our family, a lot of people know that Scott is a sports guy, sporty and stuff. And people don't know that Mom is also a sports girly. So could you tell us just about like your background in sports, how you started in sports, what you did? Because I have to say, I don't know if there's a mom who knows more about sports than Lisa O'Neill. Genuinely, I really don't. She used to be able to name every single NBA player in the league.
Not only that, when we lived in London, she did attend 39 Phillies games that year.
I did.
That's
from London.
I did.
Yeah,
that's
she loves her sports.
That is true.
I mean, she got our whole family into the Phillies. Our family literally did not care about the Phillies.
She's the anchor.
Well, I don't know about that.
Talk about your sports career. Your very first job in sports was what?
Okay, so my first job in sports was at the NBA league office. I actually did have a 2-day stint somewhere else that we won't name the team because now we don't like them.
We do like them.
The Mets?
Yes, we
no,
still like them.
We don't really love
we
the
don't
Mets.
hate the Mets. No,
okay.
we have friends there.
No, we don't.
Okay, I worked there for 2 days, but then my first job was the NBA.
Wait, what happened? What happened after the 2 days?
Well,
the commute.
The commute.
It's like
it was like
commute.
it was like
that's
snowy and
yeah,
2.5 hours each way on the subway. It was just too much. So, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
it's horrible.
Anyway, so that was over. So then the NBA, and the reason I could name every player on every team was I was in the trading cards division. And it was like
so cool.
The glory days of trading cards, the Jordan days, the dream team. So my job was like players and stats. So I just knew it all. But you guys, I don't even know if I could name one player on every team now.
But we did meet at the New Jersey Nets.
Yes, so we did start off at the Nets. We did. Yes, Scott
you were
always.
an intern.
I was an intern. You were in your first job.
That's crazy.
I was an assistant.
Full-time. That's like
marketing
drama.
Assistant. Nah, not really at that point. We were so
I
young.
know it was. Yeah, we didn't even know
half
it was.
People thought I was an intern anyway.
Yeah, that's true. You were doing intern work for sure.
Well, that's not helpful.
Yeah. But so I was going. I knew I wanted to work at an NBA team, doing an internship. I was in my last year of college, and I had like 3 opportunities.
You applied to all of them. Right?
I applied to every single one of them, wrote them letters, mailed them off,
This is pre-internet.
Pre-internet.
Such a good
typed them up
lesson,
on a
It
typewriter.
is like how badly do you want it?
Yes.
Like, get after
Yes.
it.
She literally applied to every single team and wrote a personalized letter to every single team. Like,
and I had to make phone calls. You're not
Follow
Googling,
up,
so
right.
I'm making phone calls to find out the team's addresses and who they would go to. And anyway, so I had 3 opportunities. And
But not an accident, right? You were at the SID office at BYU.
At BYU, I worked in the sports
and it was the Ty
information.
Detmer era, so it's a huge era of college football. So this is success is never an accident, right?
Absolutely. And yes, I very much grew up in a sports family. And then we met. And I had 2 other really great intern opportunities, and I took the Nets.
Right, you had
was
Orlando Magic with Shaquille O'Neal's rookie year. And then Philadelphia when Iverson was just starting to go crazy.
And you chose the Nets. And you met Dad.
I know. It was supposed to happen now. Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute. It really, everything works out how it's supposed to.
It's true. We're a big sports family. We had a big sports week.
We sure did.
Just in the last 7 days.
We did.
You can share our last 7 days of sporting
yesterday
events.
we saw Caitlin win the Division II Northeast Regional Championship. She was amazing. Way to go,
Caitlin. Amazing.
We had Jay, your twin brother's memorial golf tournament.
Yep.
Won by
with 2 of the other girls.
Her father and 2 nephews and brother.
Yep.
And I have to say, I just drove the cart around, obviously. And
you look great.
You were dressed like a golfer.
My fit was fire. Ricky put a picture of my outfit in. I ate. Fit slayed. Driving around the golf course was so fun. And I hit 1 ball, okay?
Killed it.
Crushed it. I missed that.
Oh my gosh. It was like, I was amazed. I was like, I didn't even know I'm so good at golf.
And then last Saturday was Eliza's, day-long field hockey tournament while you were in Korea.
Yeah, I was in Korea.
It's been a big week.
Little Live Golf Korea, won by Bryson DeChambeau. We got a little victory photo of him up there.
Yeah.
Which I actually want to read this quote really quick, because that's a great quote. We just added this picture of Bryson. Sure. It says, "Most people are afraid of failure. I love failure because it tells me where to go next." That's fire.
Yeah, I love that.
Love that. So we're a big sports family, but I'll tell a funny story about you.
Okay.
Well, first of all, a big sports family. Like, how great are sports in May? Though?
Oh my gosh.
We always say if your teams are playing in the month of May, something went very right.
It's
that
so
season.
true.
Yeah. So it's like
true.
Stanley Cup playoffs, there's conference playoffs, so many good Game 7s already this year.
It's been fun.
So the month of May is just fun in sports, and then baseball is kind of warming up, so that's fun. But so I grew up in sports. All about sports. We grew up going to spring training in Palm Springs with the Angels.
Angels.
Well, no, we were Dodgers fans, but we saw the Angels, A's, and Dodgers every spring training. And we were forced to go. It wasn't an option. So, of course, my sisters and I made it about the cutest players on the team. So, like, baseball was ingrained in me. And, so yeah. So now I've come back around to baseball.
Okay, so with all your time in sports, what are your top 3 sports moments that you've experienced?
I have more than 3.
Yeah.
I have a lot. And you guys, I don't know how you do this without notes, because I have notes right here. So this is really impressive.
I know.
I don't love attention. I don't love this, but I love watching you on it.
Okay,
so I have my notes.
Also, something I just have to say is that you guys don't know this, but like she's always the one behind the camera holding up signs to tell us to say things, telling us like fix things, go back, cut things. Like she really is.
She's our producer.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's where I shine.
Okay. Top sports moments. Okay. Let's get into it.
Top ones is a more recent one, I think, and it was the Phillies World Series run in 2022. Epic. Like, it was just like nothing you've ever seen. Because we're kind of newer baseball fans. Like, we grew up with, raising our kids in hockey and basketball. And then when you left sports for a little time, I just jumped into baseball. I didn't really have the bandwidth for baseball with 2 other sports. So anyway, so the World Series, that was heartbreaking, but amazing. So
we have Bryce up here as a little memento to our Phillies. Yep.
There were some epic moments in that series, like all of those series leading up.
Absolutely.
And then I know you've mentioned this before, but the Linsanity, that was just so
that was a fun time.
Crazy. That was a really like Knicks basketball at that time was crazy fun.
That was really
fun.
And then the Rangers playoffs. They never won a Stanley Cup when you were there, but every year, the playoffs.
We did the best we could.
No, every year was
incredible.
so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
The day the playoffs started, it was just electric.
Torts.
It was just
so fun.
Favorite coach of all time.
The greatest coach ever. We love him so much. Okay, then I think the Jazz playoff run was the most like exciting. It was 1998. Jazz Bulls.
Can you tell the story about how you got the tickets?
Oh, you tell the story how I got the tickets. And then I'll remind people what happened.
At this point, we don't have any money.
No.
We don't have a nickel. And she rolls out. Was it game 6 or game 7?
Game 6.
She rolls out the game 6 in Salt Lake. Goes with Ashley, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a broker out there, and he's selling tickets, like the old school. It wasn't online. And so she pulls out her checkbook. He's like, I'm not taking a check.
Shut up.
I asked him if he...
She wrote a check.
Well, he said, will this bounce?
The answer was probably yes, actually, back then.
Probably.
Wait, that's iconic.
Yeah. She got great seats.
Yeah.
She was like, the final shot, she was right on the basket, like 13th, 14th row.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Or like 8th or 9th, maybe.
Yeah.
So Jordan hits the shot. It was our chance with Stockton and Malone.
Yeah.
It wasn't this was it.
Yeah.
And it was it, and it didn't happen. And I had never
that good sense.
And then was the next year, I think Malone went to the Lakers. But anyway, that was maybe the most devastated as a sports fan I ever was. Like I was in mourning for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you took it hard.
It was rough. It was rough.
Okay.
I have 2 more.
You have 2 more?
Yeah. Okay, my brother's high school championship.
That was amazing.
State championship,
Jake.
One of our greatest
He's now the president of the Devils.
Yes, one of our greatest family moments.
He was the MVP of the state tournament.
Yeah.
He was insane.
Yeah.
He wore a headband, which was awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean,
I was around.
Yeah.
You were there. That was amazing. And then one that maybe I should say that maybe I wouldn't say was I was like, it's one of my dad's favorite stories. We were at a perfect game, and it was at Dodger Stadium. And it was in 1991, and it was my brother Jake and my dad and I, and it was the Expos, and it was Dennis Martinez was pitching. So it's like late in the game, bottom of the 7th, and I was just like, Dad, I'm so bored. I'm so hungry. Like he'd already given us 5 Dodger dogs, but we were just hungry. So he and my brother are just locked in, and I'm kind of in and out, and he's like, we are watching a perfect game. We are not leaving. So I was kind of complaining for like an inning. And he's like, yeah, just sit tight. We're not going anywhere. And at that time, so he pitched a perfect game, and it was only like,
there haven't been that many.
No, I think it was like 12th or 13th in the history of baseball. So I got to be there. I didn't want to be there, but I was there.
So cool. That is so cool. I love that. Wow,
We've
those
had
are all really amazing sports moments.
Yeah. So we're very much a sports family. However, I've tried to bring some culture into the rest of the family, which it's worked.
Completely.
In some cases.
In some cases, we all love Broadway as well.
You were a star. I'm not kidding. Like I remember seeing you in 8th grade, and then your senior year on stage, Little Mermaid. And then it was like High School Musical. Oh, Bring It On.
Yeah. Bring It On.
And you were like, you had like a major role.
You were a star.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at your mom and being like, she's actually not too bad. Like, she can actually sing.
Great.
Because I was terrified going up there because we'd been to so many middle school concerts where our heads are down. We're
trying to like doing the church laugh. We're like, this isn't real.
Trying not to. I mean, how many concerts did we go to? And then to see her up there crushing it.
Yes, she did.
It was actually a nice
She
moment.
did. It was very.
So we got a little something.
Yeah.
I'm flattered.
We did.
Where did my voice come from? Because it
I was
definitely
not
wasn't
us.
either of them.
Gold tone.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, 8th grade.
Right.
Gold tone.
So you say.
North Junior High School.
so
Mrs. Giles was the teacher. If you're out there, thank you. Thanks for believing in me.
Mrs. Giles.
So yeah, you took to it. The other girls took to it. I love Broadway. I tried taking you many times.
It's tough out there.
And as recently as The Music Man, like a couple of years ago, we got tickets with Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster.
Terrible.
I mean, it doesn't get bigger than
Sutton
that.
Foster is, but it was not good.
So after the second song, so this is Hugh Jackman. Like, he's just not on Broadway all the time.
He's an icon, by the way. If you don't know Hugh Jackman, he's an icon.
The question is why isn't he on Broadway very often?
No, because he's filming his movies. He's filming his movies.
Sports podcast. Move on.
So 2 songs into the show.
Yeah, I remember this.
He turns to me and says,
I said,
Are you going to be mad? But I might just go wait in the lobby.
No, I said something like that. No, but what I said was, I think I'd have more fun sitting in the lobby working.
And I'm like, you're not serious. And then you made it through. And then at the end, you said, please don't ever bring me to another Broadway play. It's just a waste of money.
No, it was. It's not a good use of resources. There are a lot of people out there that could use the help.
You love it, though.
I love Broadway.
Yeah, you can't. You can't.
But in fairness, like you overindulge. Like you hit like repeat. Like how many times have you seen Wicked? How many times have you seen MJ?
When people came in to see...
Just tell me, answer the question.
I think I've seen...
Answer the question. How many times have you seen Wicked?
Wicked 10 times.
Okay, how many times have you seen MJ?
Probably 5.
Okay, that's a lot.
Because that's what visitors want to do when they come to New York.
Whenever anyone comes to New York, I take them
Wicked.
to
This was years and years ago.
Yeah.
So,
one of my proudest moments was me and Eliza walked out of a show in London.
Back to the Future.
Oh, that was awful. I love the movie.
Out?
Yeah, I was like,
They
can we
just
tap
left
out?
at intermission.
I was like, hey, Liz, pretend you have a test tomorrow. And we're like, hey, we'll meet you back.
So did you stay alone?
No, my parents were with me.
Oh, okay, that's good. That is...
We debated leaving, actually.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'll give
Was
you
it
that.
not a good show?
It was not the best I've ever
want to
seen,
be better.
But if you can't sit through Hugh Jackman on Broadway, you're not ever making it through another show.
Wait, Dad, didn't you like Hamilton, though?
Yeah, I love Hamilton. I
Yeah,
got the whole soundtrack.
you love
Okay, yeah,
Hamilton.
that's your one.
Yeah.
My name is Alexander Hamilton.
That was your one.
There's
Okay.
a million things I haven't
All
done.
right.
Yeah.
We love Broadway in this
Just
household.
you wait.
So,
Some of us do.
Some of us.
Can I have a big gulp, by the way? Did we talk about that
No,
I've
because
never
this
seen
is not
without
a
a
sponsor
Diet
of ours.
Coke? Like
you are
always,
never seen
my
without
lip
one.
gloss and a Diet Coke.
That is true. It's true. Her
It's true.
essentials
So
right here.
I'm sorry that we're not sponsored by.
It's okay.
You're not.
Someday.
7-Eleven or Diet Coke sponsor us, please.
Or Wawa.
Ooh, nice call.
Okay, so Dad and I are now gonna tell you guys a lesson or two that we have learned from Mom.
I've got 1,000.
I have 1,000. I actually
Go ahead.
have 3.
Go ahead. You lead.
Okay. Number 1, and again, it was so hard to narrow this down because, like, if you have the perfect angel as your mother, it's like you literally are taking every single thing that she does and trying to replicate. That's what I try and do.
You guys hype me up. I am not worthy of the praise that I have received on this podcast.
Humility.
And she's humble.
Humility to the
And
list.
she's humble.
She's humble.
I am serious. I will be listening.
That's number 1. All right, what's number 2? No, congratulations. You got number 1 in. Don't try to jump into our list.
Dog. That's crazy. Okay. Number 1 is we did already talk about this. It's quick, but that she makes everything fun. And if something's not fun, she makes it fun. And if it is fun, she makes it 10 times more fun. Like the most mundane, boring things are exciting. Even the way if we have a long car ride, we're playing DJ and we're each trading off picking songs. It's like every single thing is just fun. Do you want to do one? Should we go back and forth?
I'd say your WMI, your what's most important, is always centered on the right things. It's about faith. It's about family. It's about keeping us together. It's about moving us forward. It's about learning. Whatever's most important, I figure you're always centered on what's the WMI.
I love that. It's so true. My second one is actually similar to that in that it's all about the people. And like she lives across the country from her whole family and all of the people she grew up with and everyone, but still just makes such an effort to have time with them and to talk to them when you're far and to get trips out there and whatever. And I feel like that's helped me so much as I've gotten older and moved away. Just like how much you love people and how much it's all about the people, friends, family. Yeah, I think you do a great job of that.
Thank you.
Yes, these 2 things may sound like counter for my number 2, but they really go really nicely together. One is when people ask me about my life, I always say I was raised by a strong mother, I married a strong woman, and I'm raising 4 more. So kind of that strength, that inner strength that you have to persevere, the resilience, the push forward. It's always like moving forward. I just totally dig. And the what should be a counter to that, but isn't, and it dovetails really nicely, is your generosity of spirit that you have. I think that I do call you Santa Claus sometimes.
You do.
She is Santa Claus. She literally is Santa Claus every day. Every day is Christmas when you're Lisa O'Neill.
Oh my goodness.
No, overly generous to just about everybody.
Yep.
And to people she loves, amazing. She give the shit off her back. Actually, your daughter would give the shit off her back. You would give something else.
That's true.
But I think that notion that too much is given, much is expected. I feel like you appreciate where we are in life, and you take whatever you have and you pay it forward. And I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's amazing. That's so good. Okay, then my last one, which is definitely my most important one, is to marry someone like my dad. Because it has seriously, we always joke about it in our family that mom set the bar too high for us by marrying dad, because how are we supposed to ever compete with like the best of the best or find someone even close? And just I don't know, relationships are really hard, and seeing your guys' relationship and just you choosing a father for your kids, having no idea what your life was going to be or what we were going to be or anything, and having, so just I guess the emphasis and importance of who we marry.
Yeah.
The third thing for me is that you love and cherish being a mom, and we've talked about this quite a bit, is she out-earned me for our first 5 years or so of marriage. We had a little challenge having children, and when we had our first, she decided that she was going to be a full-time mom, and it ended up to be a blessing. We have complete division of labor. She makes most of all the decisions here, and I definitely couldn't have the career that I've had without her, without Lisa. So it's I feel really blessed. I think she's an extraordinary mom. She's a world-class partner. And I truly, in the true sense of the word, it's nothing is ever perfect in marriage and in life, but I feel I got it pretty close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you guys, what would you guys say is the most important thing in your marriage that you guys do to keep it so strong as both husband and wife and as parents?
I think that aligned values is the most important thing.
Agree.
When looking for somebody. And then once you're married is just having fun. We've talked about it. There's more to a marriage than having fun. But I always heard don't just look for the perfect person, be the perfect person as well. And I think that I think that we both just work at it. You have to kind of work at it, not in a hard way, because I think we have so much fun, but it's just, it just takes effort.
I think one thing that you do extraordinarily well, I think we do it well, is we look for the good. I think, I have, that saying, you'll find what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. If you're looking for beauty and wonder and grace and fun and hard work and love, you'll find it. And if you're looking for the maybe qualities that aren't so good, you'll probably find those. Yeah. And I feel I always had this picture in my head of me traveling a grueling schedule when the girls were young, and just walking in the door, and those kids would just run and jump into my arms. And I just remember thinking, okay, she's teeing them up for my return. She's not lamenting that I'm gone. Yeah. And it was just a celebration. I just always was grateful for that, the welcome back home being a celebration, not I can't believe you were gone for 4 days again. Yeah. And it's been quite a treat.
Well, and we always jumped right into your career. So when you were at the Garden, which we lived pretty far in Connecticut, we would just,
sure did.
Pack the girls in the car. You've probably told these stories many times on the podcast, but we would just, if there's a Rangers game or a Knicks game, we just put you in the car after school, get down there early. You're doing your homework there, and you get in your pajamas at the end of the game, and we drive home together. Yeah. So it was we kind of dove all into your career and as a family.
Right, we made it work.
Yeah, we
did. We did. We all, and it was a big sacrifice for the girls and for Lisa, but it was the time I could see them.
Yeah.
Well, I feel the way that you guys did it too was it never felt dad's gone again, every week. But with the time that you were there and with us, you were so there and so with us, you were coaching us and everything. You were we were doing family dinners, we were going to church together, we were doing all this stuff. But it didn't feel, cat. Sorry, the cat. I'm sorry, the cat's about to rip the audio out right now. Come here, sweetie. Go out there. Cinnamon and marshmallow, man. These cats. I didn't know it was both of them too. Do you see they were both over there?
Yeah.
Sorry, the cats were just pawing at the cord that connects the mics to my computer. That would have been crazy. Okay, so now we're gonna get into some rapid fire questions. Okay, some of them, Dad, I want you to answer too. Some are just for Mom, but let's get into it.
Okay.
Number 1. How do you navigate parenting 4 kids with completely different personalities, interests, reactions, emotions, and lives? Because not everything works for everyone. So what do you do?
Do you want to go first?
I would just say love them. Try to meet them where they are. Try to feed the beast of whatever their interests are. Try to build their confidence. I think strong values, strong confidence leads to better decisions when they get older, and we're there to be that support to help grow them there.
Yeah, I would definitely say loving them. And then I just think like teenage girls, it's a hard world right now to be a teenage girl. And I just think them knowing that you are like their rock, just knowing that you're always there for them as their parents. I love like meeting them where they are. And the self-confidence. I just think there would be, if girls knew like their self-worth, there would be fewer problems. If
oh my gosh, don't you want to
self-worth?
Don't you want to like go and scream at the face of yourself like in high school and middle school and just be like, none of this matters.
I know.
Like literally
okay.
none of this matters.
Yes. I saw this little girl walking her dog the other day in Utah, and she said something happened with her dog, and she just was like, said something about herself, like that she was just so dumb. And I'm like, I didn't even know her, and I like seriously got teary. Like I just think it is, yeah.
No, I was in Chipotle a couple days ago. Last week I was in the city and I was in Chipotle. I was working from home. So it was like lunch hour. Like, so they must have just let like kids out for school. It was middle schoolers. And it was like, there had to be like 35 middle schoolers in front of me in line. It was crazy, but I really wanted Chipotle. But I was like watching them and like, you know how middle schools are. It's like there's just groups of people and people standing alone. And I'm sobbing in Chipotle. Just like look at these kids standing just sobbing. It's so sad.
Hard.
Yeah, middle school and high school are both really, really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, love that. All right, if you could change one thing about the way that you parented, what would it be? Obviously, you guys still parent, but like, I guess more when we're all living at home.
Okay, one simple thing, I'm not even kidding about this, is as a girl mom, I would learn to do hair. I could never do hair. You guys, I can't even braid or French braid. I'm not kidding.
You can.
No, I can't.
You can braid.
Not barely.
Not super good.
A terrible hair mom. Like terrible.
But your hair always looks really good.
It's pretty simple, but thank you. But I think on a more serious note, I would document more. I would write down more things that you guys said or video more or just kind of like more videos, more journaling and documenting.
Yeah, totally. I do feel like you do an excellent job at that though.
I agree.
I will say. Yeah.
Thank you.
I would say a couple things. I would have extended kind of the no phone zone in kitchens for a longer time. I would definitely be more focused on family dinners. And the third thing I would do is probably just turn the TV off. Like have the TV off. Have time together and really cherish each of those moments. It's so cliche to say it goes so fast.
Yeah.
Until it does.
Until you're there. Yeah.
Stop. I'm seriously gonna cry. Pull it together.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What's next?
Literally every time we talk about mom on this podcast. Okay. What is the hardest part of being a mom?
I kind of think I touched on that with the advice about how the girls today kind of don't have the self-confidence and self-worth. So I think like in the past, like the hardest part of parenting was when I was kind of alone, when he was traveling Sunday to Friday, and it was kind of all me. Shout out to single moms because that is no joke.
Absolutely.
And we also, I feel like our basement flooded like every 2 weeks, and I would be like bailing water out of the sump pump, and he's working, but it was like I had a colicky baby. I was forced into being this like routine master. Yeah. Like I had a great system, but those were hard days.
Yeah, I just showed Lisa this thing online where they're talking about motherhood, and they talk about it's like the Tour de France, and you're riding up the hill and you're just crushing yourself and you think it's going to get better, and you go down a little bit of hill and you're like, okay, everything's fine. Then you got to go up a steeper hill and you think it's going to be easier. It doesn't. It just keeps getting harder. Then it gets harder again. Then it gets harder again. And then it's like, it's for a dad, it's like the Tour de France as well, but you're in the car next to it driving by saying, hey, you can do it. You can do it. Ride faster. her. Keep pedaling. You're strong. You're
real.
smart.
That's so
Yeah,
real.
it's hard. It's hard.
Just along for the snacks and the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally the jokes. I read so many parenting books on parenting babies and toddlers and whatever, and even some teens. I'm like, where are the books on parenting adult children?
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting for those, because that is a whole new
Sure
game.
is. It's a one-way door, though.
What do you
Yeah.
think is the hardest That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That felt
Keep
like
going.
a dig.
No,
is
keep going.
crazy.
Keep rolling.
What is the crap, I just had one that I didn't have written down, but now I forget, so it's fine. Okay. What is something that you're very proud of that you've done as a mom?
I don't know if there's one specific thing, but I think maybe I love being a mom. So maybe that's my proudest thing. And I think I was pretty involved. I got to be cheer coach this year. Co-chair. Maybe just being involved. I
love
loved
that.
being like the room mom, loved, doing the little parties and all
I
that.
love that.
But yeah.
Who are your top 3 musical artists?
No, go ahead.
No, you can go first.
I don't really have them. I just,
Taylor Swift, Elton
No.
John.
I'm not naming Taylor Swift as one of my top 3. We already
But-
talked about this.
Yeah, I know,
Lisa,
but you
who are
listen to
yours?
her more than most other artists.
That's not okay to say.
Okay.
That's true.
Who are your top 3?
Oh, Taylor Swift, obviously. Gracie Abrams and Elton John.
Okay. Mine are Taylor, obviously. Probably Luke Combs and Thomas Rhett or Elton John.
Oh, nice one.
Good ones.
Good one.
Daddy,
Yeah,
you're really not giving it.
Keith Sweat,
definitely.
I don't know who that is.
Belle Biv DeVoe,
Mary J. Blige.
Mary J.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going 80s, hip hop,
Yes,
and
R&B. Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I
Go
honestly
team.
love it. Okay, what is your favorite dessert and your favorite candy?
S'mores.
Oh.
Chocolate bomb from the Ivy in London.
Or the U.S. version.
Yeah, I mean Chili's chocolate lava cake, of course. It's
It's
kind of a given.
phenomenal.
Though. It's so
Wait, is that
obvious.
the same thing?
It's so obvious. I didn't want to say it.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is
that's true.
obvious.
It's
But
true.
yeah. What about you?
Honestly, dessert's kind of depressing for
I
me
know,
now.
you're
It's-
right.
I can't-
You're right. Back in the day.
Back when I could eat food, honestly, any dessert was my favorite food.
Yeah,
And now I can't eat any
yes,
of them.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Okay.
Um,
and
okay.
candy, you said?
yeah, and candy.
You've got some winners.
No, I don't have winners.
Spearmint leaves.
I love spearmint leaves. I
Neckos,
love Necco wafers.
dots,
Yeah, I'm old school. Dots.
Black, good and plenties.
I love good and plain.
I love
Anything
Good and
old school, anything like that started in the early 1900s.
Yeah, yes.
You can send my way.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's so true.
Mine, nerd clusters.
Neckos have been around for over 100 years. And all I would say to that is like, what lasts 100 years? Almost like a Ford. Yeah, Ford will last 100 years. You know why? Because it's solid. It's great. It's like Oreos will be around for 100 years.
Car will
can't
last 100
believe-
years.
No, I'm saying the brand, like it'll always be here.
But Neckos are still making them because that many people buy them?
Yeah, of course they do.
I don't know.
No,
if
because
that's
it's
true.
Buying Neckos
I
besides
do.
They
you.
might be just stale. They might be 100 years old. The packs
Honestly,
you're
they just
buying.
haven't sold them in
Guys.
like 50 years.
Try to find another candy. What are you going to say, like a Twix bar?
No,
I
I'm
love a
gonna
nice
say-
Twix, but like
You
it's not
do.
going to be here in 100
Milky
years.
Way.
Neckos will be.
Nerd clusters. My
They
favorite.
will not be here
They
in
will
100
be
years.
here.
No, they
All
won't.
of these candies will
Cinnamon
be here in
bears
100
No.
and nerd clusters.
No.
Those are
Although
good. Those are
Kim
good.
my sister just taught me a new little combo: milk duds and hot tamales at the same time, and it is like a chocolate covered cinnamon bear. Wow, phenomenal. With
Not
some
for
caramel.
me either, but I love it for
Yeah,
you.
you do.
I
You
love
do.
it for
Yep,
you.
yep.
Okay, I love that. And then who's your all-time favorite athlete?
Me or dad?
Both.
Or both. Okay, you want to go first?
No, go ahead.
I have a few.
I don't know if I have one.
I know. I have
I know,
a
it's a
few.
really hard
Like
one.
John Stockton growing up, always like best point guard ever. Love Curry now. Love Jimmy Butler. So those are my basketball. Bryson Trey for baseball. Henrik in hockey. I love Jack Hughes too. These are all my
we're
favorites.
giving two
JJ
players per
Redick. I
league.
forgot about JJ Redick and Jalen
I love
Hurts.
JJ Redick.
I had to
Oh,
cover the
yeah.
four. I mean,
You literally covered
yeah,
every league.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to. Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I think mine's Pele.
Really?
I
Dr.
love
J.
Pele.
Okay.
I love Julius as well.
Okay.
Iverson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Willis Reed.
What about you?
Mine's got to be
TJ.
Steph is up there.
Yeah.
TJ McConnell.
I love TJ.
I love TJ too.
I love JJ and TJ.
I love
the two J's.
I'd say
Yeah.
Steph, JJ, Bryson Stott, Bryce Harper. I guess we're just like listing a zillion.
Yeah, but they really are though.
My favorite right now is Shay. My favorite athlete, period, right now is Shay. He's so fun to watch. He just has
They're not gonna win it.
Crazy riz. What?
They're not going to win it this year.
I think they're not either.
No.
But I want them to. I don't think they will, but I think how fun would it be if they did?
Yeah, it's not happening.
You know, they call them like the AAU team in the NBA because they're just like making TikToks.
I love it so much.
Cute.
I love it.
I love that. Okay, and we're going to end off with a little guess a Disney character. Mom, would you like to be?
Why did she get to go?
Dad,
this is my role.
Dad, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Mom, it's you.
Okay.
Is it a princess?
This Disney character.
Is it a princess?
It is not a princess.
Is it a boy?
Yes.
Is it Smee?
No, I would never do Captain Hook or Smee because you do those every single week. And
is it Terrence?
You got it.
Wait, I know. You're stressing me out.
Okay.
Is it an animated person?
Yes.
Is he friends with Mickey?
No.
Oh, is it Eeyore?
No, but why didn't I do Eeyore?
I thought you would do it for me.
I should have done Eeyore, but no.
Wait, did you ask if it's
Is
a
it
girl?
a princess movie?
No.
But it's a boy or a girl?
Boy.
It's an animated boy.
Is it
Yes.
Woody?
No, but I love the Toy
Is it Lotso?
Stories. No, but I love Toy Stories.
I love Lotso.
No.
How have you not done lots of
I know, I love
Yeah,
Lotso.
seriously.
You know,
Wait, they are?
while they're looking, when the girls were being naughty, I would take a Lotso doll and put it on their bed.
That's
True.
true story.
And they
story.
would lose their minds.
story.
And I think, Lisa, did you ever who threw that out?
No,
Did you throw it out?
it's in this house somewhere.
It was not very well received, but it was the best.
It was
bit
like the
for
Oscar
me.
the Grouch for our kids, yeah.
And the girls would
Yeah.
just go nuts
Yeah,
every
Because
time.
you'd walk home and Lotso would be sitting on your bed.
Because you were bad. That was the
Yeah,
message.
me specific. I have Lotso and I spent a lot of sleepovers
You
together.
guys had
Okay,
some
we give up.
sleepovers.
Who was it?
Okay, no, it's it's one of my top favorite Disney movies.
Oh, wait, are they? Wait. Okay.
Toy Story.
Okay, there's
No. You know she loves Big Hero 6.
Oh.
That was my second choice. Was Baymax.
Oh, is
but
it?
it isn't Baymax.
Is it someone from Frozen?
No.
Wait, it's a newer movie.
Yes. There's a couple of them.
It's like Moana,
No,
Frozen.
they're.
Swen.
Come on, you guys. What is one of my favorite movies?
Oh my gosh.
You know.
It's the Feelings one, Inside Out.
No.
Inside Out.
No. They're
we give up.
They're in a
We give
fraternity.
up.
You know this.
Monsters University.
Yeah.
Sully. Mike.
Mike.
Okay, Slay.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Thank you.
I'm just glad I got it. I just want
That was
to set that one up for the
That was
record.
impressive.
Yeah.
And surprising.
Go Mike.
Yeah, you killed
Mike
that.
Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Yep.
You did a wonderful job. Great acting job.
Yeah, amazing. Mom, thank you.
If they gave Oscars for cartoon characters, I would have given him one. Because I
Okay.
thought he really showed.
That is an underrated Disney movie.
Yeah, it is
Pixar?
underrated. What a crazy
Disney,
comment.
whatever.
Mom, thank you so much for joining us this week. This was so much fun.
So fun.
Thank you. You dropped so much wisdom, and I'm so grateful for this, to have you on this side of the camera today.
Thank you.
And if you drop wisdom, drop some comments, some likes, some shares. See that transition?
That was good.
Fire.
That was good.
Look forward to seeing you next week on the Girl Dad / Girl Mom podcast.
Thanks, guys. Bye.